Hi guys, welcome to this computer system. We are in Italy and I would like to tell you what I've done in the last, well, 2-3 hours maybe, because we were recording everything but it was really rubbish, and I said okay, let's make a video after the facts. This is about the CARLI project, and we are working on a system that was installed with this particular ISO, and you just keep rolling. This number will never change, it's just the number, the reference, that's the ISO I used. Then you update. We have a project and that's called CARLI. Maybe we should start there. So ArcoLinux ISO.com. There is the customized ArcoLinux ISO, and it's created, developed for people who start from scratch. And what is Scratch? Scratch is number one. You have the Arch ISO application from ArcoLinux, and you build it up, and 2 years later you are at CARLI 10. So it means it's explaining everything that you possibly could encounter and documenting everything into GitHubs. So you have to see this as a series, as a binge watching, binge watching, binge, that's it, binge, not bench, benchmarking and binge watching. Okay. So CARLI 1 to 10, and 10 is the only one you can build because that's today. I've just built one, right? But this is a GitHub versions of years ago. These packages do not exist anymore. So it's just see what we did, the knowledge behind it, the workflow behind it, tools we use, that's important. If you're into building, there are two ways to get your knowledge, and that's from the CARLI project and the ALCI project. And here we have a start, a building guide. I say, okay, gradually improve your knowledge of building, step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on. Make it more and more complex each time. And then you get to know what is needed to actually build an ISO, a repository, or anything, signing packages, and then finally have a complete distribution. That's all explained here. Now, the thing where I was doing for ArcoLinux, right? I was doing something for ArcoLinux, and that's creating a repository on GitLab.com. We have GitHub. It's already here, it's open. GitHub, and everything is in here. The overview are 17 repositories, and it's all about ArcoLinux ISO website, CARLI website. So here we have the CARLI package build. I just pushed it online. CARLI 10, I just pushed it online, and so on and so on. Right? Been playing with settings, but this is why we're here. We have changed, we've added a way, a different kind of way of telling the operating system, look, there is not just one URL, there are 2 URLs, and later on you ask somebody else to make a copy and you have 3 URLs and 4 servers, 7 servers, one in South England and one in America and one in Australia, and so on, and the user can pick the one he wants. So that's the idea. Step away from a pacman.conf that defines one URL, going to a mirror list that defines lots of URLs, and being able to switch there. I think I started with the mirror list, did I? It's too bad, right? It was really a rubbish video. Can't put that online. It was 1 hour and a half. And what we did is create a package build. What I've shown you there in the video, well, that has been deleted, is that we first go to the GitHub, right? You create a repository, and I've created this guy, CARLI mirror list. So new, create, and then we have this empty Git, well, repository, Git place, you know how it's called, but we git clone this CARLI mirror list to our system. And I've created a folder. Right mouse click, folder. And again, a folder. And inside etc pacman.d, I've put the CARLI mirror list in there. And what's in there is two things. One from GitHub and the other one from GitLab. Okay, so had the idea, let's make a different kind of account, different kind of place. Git bucket is another one. There are so many. Even on SourceForge, I think you can have repos. So let's go and log in here, and you see that we have our repos here as well. So that's for later. They will come in and be available for ArcoLinux as well. So CARLI repo is in here, x8664, and all the packages it needs. Calamares is here, CARLI Calamares, the keyring is here, and new packages here. I've made 3 iterations, 3 versions. Each time you change something, change the number. Don't stick with the same number. Pacman hates that. Just up the number, the 03, 01, 02, 03, 4, etc. So up the number every time you change something. So yeah, it's always difficult to talk in retrospect, right? So the CARLI mirror list, right mouse click, create a folder, and basically I've created right mouse click, create document, a name, and put in here what should be in here. This thing is actually the repo, so the CARLI repo. It's replaced by CARLI repo, and this is replaced by x86_64, and the same is here. We'll see it shortly in the pacman.conf, which is already open, but let's do everything gone there, and let's have a look. So I've got a package that's just gonna put a file on my system in pacman.d. Okay, now I have to address that package. If I create a package, the first thing I did then was I have a package. It's online, it's not on my ISO. So we went in here, packages, and control find. There is the CARLI, where are you? Mirror list, there you are. So we've added a new package to the package list, and it's not related to Plasma or Mate or Cinnamon, so I've put it underneath here, CARLI Calamares, CARLI Calamares QML, and CARLI mirror list. Okay, so that's changed, so that's new. And while we were at it, this is the only one that's used. That's Cinnamon, that's GNOME. So I just did a compare, and I put the CARLI mirror list everywhere. Okay, and this gives me another opportunity to tell you guys how easy it is to build an ISO. 3 packages, that's it. That's all I need for Cinnamon. A few packages here for GNOME, a little bit more for Plasma. All right, it's interesting to see the efficiency, the power of ArcoLinux. Mate is just 2 names, Mate, Mate Extra. That's it. You've got yourself a Mate desktop. Same goes for XFCE. 2 things. How is it possible, right? Awesome. So we create a new package, put it on the ISO, but we needed to change the pacman.conf, because the pacman.conf, we better maybe have a look at this here now. Open with Git ahead. What did we change? So that's 9/11/2021. Yeah, so this is new. What I've done is I've moved CARLI. I moved CARLI up. That's an important bit, so I'm gonna show you. CARLI was at the bottom. That means everything is overruled by Arch. It's a top-down thing. The first thing it encounters and it finds the package, it will come from the CARLI repo now. Otherwise, if it's at the bottom, if the package is coming from community, for example, we have had issues in the past with Discord that the maintainer of ArcoLinux was a little bit slow, right? Was maybe sick, you don't know. And the package was not updated. If you have a package built for something that you solved the solution, or it's just about an update, then you put the package in CARLI repo and everybody gets it first hand because it finds Discord in CARLI repo and it will never go to core, which has not been updated then. And that's how it works. So your own repo should come before anything else from ArcoLinux. And then you're in control and you can add stuff to your repo because you're working on it, and everything is fine. So that's a major thing. That change matters. Now, what also matters is the mirror list here. This is new. And in here, where are you? In here used to be something else. Here it is, the red thing. In here used to be a server, one server, GitHub. That's it. What we want to have is a mirror list. We want to include a CARLI mirror list. And that one is including 2, 3, 4, 5 servers. And it's up to the user to decide and hashtag it out. So CARLI mirror list is added. Just a small line here, and a CARLI mirror list again. GNOME, Mate, Plasma. I saw that kinit was at the wrong place, so I've added it more at the top. That's only for Plasma, and not at the bottom. All right. So we are pointing in our pacman.conf, and I have to tell you there are 2 of them. Yes, there is one. Oops, there is one here. Check. And there's one in your future system. This is the pacman.conf on your computer system later on. So the same applies here. Put the repo not at the bottom. CARLI repo at the top. Not pointing to a server. It does not say server. It says include a file. CARLI mirror list, the package that we've created. So it's pointing there, it's reading there. And that's your CARLI repo. Let's see if we can show you that. Yeah, we can show you that if I go to mirror list is here. Voila. So we need to include, we say here, include this list, and the parameter repo is coming from here. CARLI repo. That's translated, transmitted. That's the variable. That's what's in there. And the $arch is x86_64, as we've seen here. The folder is one up here. Okay. Now everything is more or less told, but if we've done all that, I've learned in ArcoLinux, when I set everything up for that project, that we needed to change the way the databases are built. So I've learned it the hard way, and thanks to Carbon developer and also DistroTube, I found a solution. Thanks to them, right? There is on GitLab, no possibility for these symlinks or symbolic links. So I've changed not only ArcoLinux way of putting repos online, but also CARLI now. There are no symbolic links anymore. Anything present, so pointing the wrong things here. These are the 4. We used to have 8. Now we have 4. So what did we learn? That GitLab doesn't like symlinks. So if we've changed this is my Git thing to push everything online. I don't think we've changed anything there, but in here is an update repo script. And I could have put this also outside, but hey, that's how it goes, right? So we actually, well, can I actually delete this thing? So that's not used. We first remove everything. First we remove everything that has to do with repos to be sure that we start with a clean slate. Basically, that's the idea. And check out man repo add to know what S and N and R is. But basically we're making a new database and putting everything that has a tar ZST in the database. ZST, ZST, and the sign will follow the S, right? What we needed to do, this is ArcoLinux. This creates symbolic links. We don't want symbolic links, so we remove the symbolic links. And the things we removed, we're gonna replace it again. We move this file back to, let's check out the names. This has been removed, and this has been added, right? We move this particular file that has been created by that to there. And the same applies here, and here, and here. So the signatures and the databases. So that's new. This is actually a new repo, new way of putting things online. Only because GitHub, it works, but GitLab, it doesn't work. And of course, we want to have this extra safeguard, right? 2 servers is better than 1 server, 3 servers is better than 2 servers, etc. That's a major thing, and I had took time to figure that out, plus to make a good script that everything works. So we've got ourselves a new script to push things. Now, like I said, it's okay, so GitHub was working anyway, but then we needed to go to GitLab. I think then the next step was GitLab, I think so. So we went to GitLab, and in GitLab you can actually say, I want to have a new project. Let's do it quickly. Let's call it test. Voila. Well, actually I should call it the way it is, right? I mean, by that I mean that the repo, if you're calling the repo, I don't know, CARLI underscore repo extra, for example, right? Then type it also, because whatever you type here is gonna be here. This is gonna be your variable. This is the link URL, but this is your repo. If you know what I mean, I'm making signs here in the air, nobody sees me. So this is the repo. So here it is, repo, right? The repo. So whatever name you gave it here, CARLI repo. So I could make a CARLI repo underscore extra. My point is, this thing, I actually did a copy paste to really be sure, Control C, that was okay. No typos allowed, right? But it exists already, yeah? So I can't create anymore. I can just do a quick test here. Public, of course, otherwise you can't get to it. Initialize, don't. Lots of rubbish comes in, don't. Do it another time, not for this project. And then create project. Okay. Copy paste or make a screenshot. So if you say I want to have a look at this later, fine. So copy paste or screenshot. And what I've decided is not to push, not to use this as a GitHub, but use this as a mirror. I'm using ArcoLinux ISO GitHub, the repo, as the failsafe. At this point in time, it's actually the first one, right? So it's not a failsafe, but it's gonna be the failsafe. First, go for GitLab. Secondly, go for GitHub. Then go for Belnet. Then go for that server. Then server, that server, and so on. So that's your idea. So I don't want to push. So I went to look for mirroring systems. Settings, repository, mirror repositories. What do? You say, this is my mirror. So that's the origin. I will always push there. And I actually don't want to push to GitLab at all. Read more what this says. It actually says, okay, let's make a link between GitHub and GitLab. Let's pull from GitHub to GitLab. Never push, always pull. Authentication, you type in the password of your GitHub account, and then you say to the system, mirror repository. Stop, done. Simple as that. Now I'm gonna clean it up immediately, so I have a clean ship myself. So delete. So that's gone. How does it look afterwards? Settings, repository, mirror repository, and you have here this line. Pull 8 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago. I can do it now if I want to. So the mirror is done without my attention, basically, because this thing, I didn't do anything 8 minutes ago, was eating. So that's not me, that's the machine that's from time to time looks at the GitHub and pulls. Okay, is that it? No. Thanks to the input of Carbon and DistroTube, we figured out that there is a way to tell our system where the repos are. So this thing, this place, this URL up here, that's actually quite correct if you change this to tree to raw. That's something you need to remember, raw. Did we do that? Let's have a look. Raw. Okay, let's compare again. GitLab.com, ArcoLinux, repo. Is that correct? I'm wondering. Yeah, that's correct. It's not ArcoLinux ISO, but it's ArcoLinux. Check it out. Right, the top level is ArcoLinux. And then we've got everything there plus CARLI. So that's correct. So you see here the link. And then that was the trick. Raw master arch. A raw master arch. There was something more I had to do. Oh, so much happened, right, in those 2-3 hours. I think we've changed also our branch. I think we've changed our branch. Did we change our branch? Or was another project? Master. This is not in this project. No, that's not in this project. Okay, forget it. So the branches are important. That's all I can say here, but this has nothing to do with GitLab. So it has to be on GitHub, where I think I've created a new, probably gonna be a new branch. Where was that then? Oh, it's too bad, right? It's all gone. Okay, I think it was in our own ArcoLinux distribution where I had to change between master and main. So just keep track of the fact what's the branch called, because it's there, it's always there, it has to be there. Master, not main. Master, not main. I think it was here. I did change it here, I think. Anyway, just be aware of the branches, that this has to be correct. Whoa, what else? What else did I do? I think it's time to build. I think it is. I can only, yeah. Let's have a look at this. I found the width of Calamares a little bit too smallish, right? So I've changed it to 1100 by 700. I've just built an ISO, and even now I think we can do better. So compare, and same in the Calamares branding description. We have 700, so length and width, I think 800 would be better. So I'm gonna change it and see how it looks. All right, that means I've got two Calamares to first push, then build. New width, well, it actually is the height of the thing. Height. Okay, that's online. And the other one, and that's online. And we build it. CARLI Calamares, there are two Calamares. Number 2. And we're gonna make the package, and this time I'm gonna remember to type sign. By repo present. Then we go back to the package build. There's another one, QML. So different way of looking at things, different modules, different look, different design. You guessed it, it's different. Time, 28 minutes already, just by telling what I did. It was really a long video. Cut. And then repo, Control V. Well, and now we push everything back to the internet. Only if we push here, if we tell here to push, what is going to happen? It's actually going to ArcoLinux ISO, not to GitLab. We push as a reference, that's the origin, GitLab pulls. Okay, and then we're gonna push it. It's complaining a little bit because it's going over 50 megabytes, but it's just a warning. It's not a, well, it will not break anything. Once you go over the 100 megabytes, it will break things, and then you have to go for GitLFS, large file system. GitLFS, not needed yet. So now I know already that I can't just quickly build. GitHub is now doing all kinds of things, and basically I have to wait until everything is now synced and the new package comes online. So it says updated 30 seconds ago, meaning I've got myself a new 1 minute ago. Here I see it, number 2, number 2, number 2, number 2. It's there, but still I'm not building. because the repo, well, needs to be present. The packages need to be there. Otherwise, I'll build the ISO with an old package. Let's see if it's already there. Otherwise, we can have a look here. Let's see the GitHub. You can see the same GitHub things and there as well. So I had made some examples and then looking at our ArcoLinux ISO and say, okay, the only difference is this ISO, and that's it. And we build it up like that from scratch. So now you see the end result. We've shown you in the video that we don't have, we've shown you how you create a new package built for the mirror list. So CARLI mirror list, copy paste from somewhere and then edit things, change things, and that's it. Maybe you see some things here, I don't know. There's some numbering that we changed, or that's not actually about our project anymore. That's the new mirror list here. Okay, we need to push it because new numbers. And on the CARLI, we didn't change anything here. You can have a look, but nothing changed. This is 3/20/21, so that's March. Okay. Yeah, it's March. I guess that's it. The main thing is gonna be this, right? Remember the changes. That is Pacman. We tell them now to go to a file, and we tell it everywhere. The file is delivered by CARLI mirror list. And for the rest, yeah, there is some more things here. The profile def, the number is now not November, it's October. We've changed it there, we've changed it there. Now, there was something else I wanted to show. I guess that's it. Yep. You can see all of this online. You know that, of course. You can always see whatever we did. That's maybe a bad example. So this example maybe, right? Have a look at the commits. New height, what did I change? I changed this size. So I'm very curious to see if 100 pixels will make it better, right? We can get the repo, maybe always good to repeat. Repository, mirroring repository, update 20 minutes ago, update now. Okay, is being updated. And we'll see what happens 4 minutes ago. So in here will be the new guys. And now I think we've given it enough time and it should just kick in and get the files. So CARLI 10 installation scripts up at the corner, and then 40, run it. But do check if the new stuff is coming in. So first of all, up at the top, change of numbers, we're October, CARLI Arch ISO 58-1 is what we're using, and that's all good. Here it is. That's the line you need, right? It needs to download the latest and the newest guy. If that's not there, this line, I get the old Calamares configuration with a smaller height. And I want to try out to 800. So I need to see that package. Otherwise, Control C, Control C, Control C, Control C until it stops. And then you wait for another 5 minutes. Sometimes I try to push it, but I don't think that helps anything. But you can try to push again to GitHub and then GitLab and such. The best test will be when we install it or have installed it. Let's do it afterwards. Let's just install CARLI without knowing anything and then see at the mirror list. So let's pause the video here a little bit. I had totally forgotten I had launched here the script. So I'm back at this computer, and time to check it out. So Super F7 is launching CARLI 10. We have a few CARLIs already in our CARLI out, as you can see. And this is the one that we've just built. It's 8:42. Yeah. Evening start. Wrong screen. Always like my virtual machines on my second screen. Now we boot up. So we've already made some nice logo, as you can see. There's still some other things you can do, like a colored grub, like ArcoLinux, like so many. There's also Plymouth you can add to the system. This is Plasma, so it has this twirly kind of thing. And let's install and then have a look at the mirror list. So this is a little bit bigger, should be a little bit bigger. We are working with 42, which are actually at 43.3, I think. So we could have built a new Calamares as well, but no rush. I mean, if it works, it works. Stick with it until you see, oh, that's a new feature in the new Calamares. I want to have it. That's when you build it. All right, next. Next. Next, install. Maybe if it was a little bit like this. So what would that be? Another 100 pixels, more or less. I don't know. So it's decision time, right? You choose the pixels you like, how many, what the width should be from your Calamares branding defaults. Branding description. What did we take now? 1100 and 800. Maybe 900 is better. I don't know. Try it out. Next time, right? Every release, make your distribution better. No rush. Let's pause the recording again. All right, forgot it again. Answering people and helping people. All right, so let's restart the system. And then have a look. What did we now create? Was the end result. The end result is a Cinnamon, an XFCE, in this case a Plasma. We've created a package called CARLI mirrorlist. Doesn't do much, but it's quite important. It has to be there, and that's put a file in etc pacman.d. It's gonna put CARLI mirrorlist, and inside CARLI mirrorlist says go first to GitHub and secondly to GitLab, right? So if GitHub is down for some reason, then it will get the packages from the other one. That's how it goes. Console. I don't know why this by default this is so ugly, but that's the problem of Plasma. So sudo pacman -syy. These packages are coming from the first server it finds. CARLI repo, it's going to come from here. And this guy is coming from Arch Mirror IT. First line. Okay. So if I change the CARLI mirror list, now I need to get an application that actually saves. Let's see if this actually saves. Hashtag in front of it. So meaning GitHub is out. Control S. Let's see if I can save. It seems I can save. That's good news, right? That is good news. I don't have to install my Sublime text. So that works. It means if I do this again, you don't say, you don't see, but it's good to know it's not coming from GitHub. First one, yes. Second one, no. Second one is coming from GitLab. So that's what we've changed. We've told the system that there are alternatives, and in the pacman.conf we've stopped using the server name and we started using the include.conf. That's easier. Voila. So here we're telling that it's at the top, also important, that we want to include a file. We're not going to add a file, a server, sorry. So instead of include server and then an address, no, it's actually in here, server and then the address. Voila, I think we're done, and 40 minutes is long enough for any video to watch. But this is an important bit, what we've done actually. We've paved the way to add more servers in the future. And we've shown you how it works on GitLab, how to mirror things. What we didn't show is actually how to push things on GitLab and so on, but that's okay. That's maybe less difficult than mirroring. All right, I'm out. Have fun. Cheers.